So hello and welcome to another edition of Behind the Painting from Cyfarthfa Castle Museum and Art Gallery. My name is Christopher Parry and this is a new series to the episodes that we do on our YouTube channel and other places online, and it's all about looking at a painting, the subject matter and the artist behind it. And now, as the British Legion and the Poppy Appeal are celebrating quite a significant anniversary coming up, we thought it'd be nice for the first two episodes to be focused on soldiers from our collection, and this being one of the most famous and significant soldiers Merthyr is connected with, really. And this is a painting of John Collins, also known as Jack the VC. Now, first and foremost, we'll talk about the artist, because the artist is a bit of a mystery. The artist is actually named George Etheridge, and all we know about George is that he was a standard portrait artist based in Cardiff, on Newport Road in Cardiff, and he was there and being commissioned to do paintings and portraits of people that wanted them. He was there to work for hire. You know, he's not one of these big, all singing, all dancing famous artists, but he did the job well. But this is an interesting one, because this painting is actually not fully a painting. What it is parts of it are a photograph and then other parts are painted in, and it was a way of people achieving an oil painting finish but without the costs. Obviously it's quite costly to pay for an oil painting, a sit-in and everything associated with it, but here what they would do is they would take a photo of a section, namely the face here, and then paint in other parts. We're not entirely sure where the photo ends and where the pure oil painting begins, but as you can see, the further away from the face you go, the more basic the painting gets, really. When you compare the foot and the lower half of the painting to the face, it's quite different on every level. John Collins was born in Somerset in 1877 and he came to live in Pendarren. He worked as a collier down in Bedlinog Colliery and actually served in South Africa before World War I started, so he was a serving armed forces man before World War I kicked off. But then when World War I started, he immediately stopped being a collier and signed back up and re-enlisted to fight in World War I. He joined the Royal Horse Artillery and he was based almost exclusively on the Eastern Front in Egypt and Palestine and that whole area. Collins was awarded the Victoria Cross, the highest military award given out to serving soldiers, and he was given the Victoria Cross for what he did on October the 31st, 1917 at Beersheba in Palestine. I'll read you an extract from the write-up that the army gave as to why he had the award. Prior to an attack, his battalion were forced to lie out in the open under heavy shell and machine gun fire, which caused many casualties. This gallant non-commissioned officer repeatedly went out under heavy fire, brought wounded back to cover, thus saving many lives. In subsequent operations throughout the day, Corporal Collins was conspicuous in rallying and leading the command. He led the final assault with the utmost skill in spite of heavy fire at close range and uncut wire. He bayoneted 15 of the enemy and with the Lewis gun section pressed on beyond the objective. Isolated and under fire from snipers and guns, he showed throughout a magnificent example of initiative and fearlessness. And that is why he was awarded the Victoria Cross. He even went even further several weeks after that, when he again was awarded the DCM, the Distinguished Conduct Medal, and he was given that for helping save the lives of pretty much a whole battalion worth of people. As the original write-up says, the Welsh Horse owe the fact that instead of being wiped out when up against a battalion of Turks, a machine gun company, they took 300 of those Turks prisoners and destroyed the machine guns. He was promoted to sergeant as well, and generally he was well respected by all his fellow troops, and when coming back to Britain he was given his Victoria Cross at Buckingham Palace. And then 2 days after that, as part of a large tank bank occasion in Merthyr, and what this was is it was people in Merthyr organising tanks, World War I tanks, come into the town and raise funds for the war effort. As part of that, they decided to get Jack the VC on top of a tank and award him £750 in form of a cheque from the people of Merthyr to show their gratitude for this war hero, really. And there's footage of that, and we've got a full video of that actually, and a bit of a narration on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out as well. But yeah, certainly as far as soldiers go for Merthyr, Jack the VC, John Collins, is one of those seminal kind of characters in World War I history. So I hope you've enjoyed learning a bit more about his story and looking as much as we can behind this painting. Thank you very much for watching. Hwyl fawr.